There she is, guys. You ask, and I come through. 1299 Panigale S. Holy Jesus. This is so aggressive. Wow. All right, guys. So 2015 Ducati Panigale 1299S, and I am so scared. I do not want to f it up. I've got the dealership owner right in front of me. This thing says that it needs gas, so hopefully we'll be all right. If I run out, I don't think it's going to be my fault. That's for sure. I always need gas on these test rides. Isn't that ridiculous? I stalled it twice pulling out of their parking lot because this clutch has such a sensitive bite point. All right, initial reaction, it's amazing. The sound is unbelievably loud. And that twin, it's controlled explosions. The mirrors are kind of shit because of the vibration, but I'm in first gear, so that's probably why. Smooth gearbox though. Seating position is so aggressive, as you would imagine. It's a super sport of all super sport bikes. Definitely less comfortable than the S1000RR, in case people were wondering, but sounds much better. The exhaust, the backfire note on the exhaust is a lot better on the S1000RR, but this thing though, sounds unbelievable. Wow. A little bit about the bike. So it's got 205 horsepower. It makes well over 100 pound-feet of torque. It's got a Ducati shift assist up and down. So that's a quick shifter up, quick shifter down, just like the S1000RR. Suspension is electronic and adjusts on the fly. It's got a wet clutch, slipper clutch obviously. And it is a beast. Absolute beast. And I don't need gas. The fuel light went off, so I guess they had just filled it up. Hopefully that sound is going to come through because it's amazing. Now I know you can hear that because it's louder than my voice. We're taking it to a country road here. Probably get to open her up in a minute. Thoroughly excited about that. Let's try the downshifter. Pretty smooth. This thing has so much power, but it feels fantastic. Like, definitely not what I thought. It's not as savage feeling and unusable on the road as you would imagine. The throttle response is nice and tame in sport mode, where you have, of course, all the power, but it's not quite as thrashy as I would imagine it could be in race mode, which I'm not even going to try right now. And the suspension feels phenomenal. It's got that planted feeling when you're in a turn, and then it's got that nice kind of comfortable, cushy road feeling that you want when you're going straight down a country lane or if you were on the highway. So I'm a huge fan thus far, but of course, you got to pay to play with Ducati. This bike comes in well over $20,000, which is almost 10 more than what I paid. Probably with the packages that's on this one, it is 10 more than what I paid for the Aprilia Tuono V4R. It's always a little bit intimidating riding with someone that you know has a lot more experience than you. This guy, although being a salesman and trying to sell me the bike, definitely wants to kind of push the limits of the bike as well. Get a little front wheel action. What a fantastic day to be out on a motorcycle. Weather is beautiful. Country lanes are amazing. And following someone that's better than you is only ever good for your riding, as long as you know to stay within your limits. Let's talk a little bit more about the riding position. Now, I said it was a little bit less comfortable than the S1000RR, and that's true. You know, the clip-ons are lower, the seat is firmer and thinner, but it feels a little bit less aggressive than I initially thought after riding it for about 10-15 minutes. You're definitely on a super sport bike, but because, and I'll tell you guys this, I'm 5'9", 180 pounds, so I'm built for super sport bikes. Anyone that was 6 foot or up, I cannot see on this bike and being extraordinarily comfortable for a long, long period of time. Wow. Let's ride in a lower gear. This auto downshifter is something I could get so used to with new bikes, but it definitely takes away from the riding experience. There's no rev matching necessary, and that's something that I'm still learning how to do on the Tuono correctly. So every once in a while, it impedes on your riding capabilities, as I talked about in my rider aids video. Brakes are awesome, as you would imagine. Probably Brembo monoblocks, haven't even looked. Olin suspension, high-end stuff. Anything you would imagine is high-end is on this bike. And then I don't know if this has the Termes or not, or just the stock cans, but it sounds amazing stock if that's what it is. And, excuse me, if it's Termes, I'll put a link, or not link, but a little thing right here. Super smooth. What is this? Hydraulically actuated clutch. So a really light pull on the clutch. I love what Ducati does with their dashes. It's really good looking, pretty easy to use. He ran me through the modes, and as you can see, probably halfway through this video, I accidentally chime in on one of the modes. So it's just the indicator. There's a button in the middle there. It's amazing. And it feels like it's not as firm as I thought it would be when you're going, but when you hit a turn, it really stiffens up. It's nice. This bike is very usable. I think Baron von Grumble and Al Fagan at 44 Teeth said it best, that Ducati has made a great road-going bike. Probably better than the R1M or R1, which I haven't gotten a chance to take out, so I can't really tell you if that's true or not, but it doesn't feel like you're on a race bike. It feels like you're on a road bike that could just eat everything at a racetrack if it wanted to. I love it. This is like a 10 out of 10 in my book. It's a beautiful bike, there's no question about that. Handling is incredible, the power is limitless. Transmission, upshift, downshift, extremely smooth. I feel like my left leg is sitting on the nitrogen cartridge for the rear suspension. Low speed fueling, huge thing that I've realized recently is maybe one of the most important factors for a bike when you're commuting every day and you hit traffic or you got city streets that you need to drive on. Low speed is probably what you're going to be at a lot. This is doing it beautifully. I don't see any issues at low speed. They've got the fueling set up pretty well here. I really appreciate all the positive feedback recently. This was a request from at least one person, so I wanted to get on it this weekend, and thanks again for joining me. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this review ride. Comment down below on what you'd like me to take out next, and subscribe for more. I put out a lot of videos and people seem to like them, so I'm going to keep doing it. Do you guys want an Aprilia Tuono?